Hi, welcome to Silent Podcast. My name is Janelle. We're here with Katie and also Red. Red, how are you doing today?
Fine as a frog here, hon. If I was any better at all, win, and the world couldn't handle it.
So, Katie, go ahead. Do you want to kick off the first question?
Sure. Red, it's nice to meet you. First, we wanted to ask how you're doing, of course. Well, I guess
Just
Janelle already did, so you don't have to answer us twice. Sorry about that. I was having some sound issues before this. So our first actual question is, you've learned about the Jared and Sari relationship, and we're just curious what you think of the fact that both Izzy and Blue are aware of this relationship within the house and haven't yet spilled it. And follow-up question to that is, if you knew about this while in the house, would you have shared it with anyone, or would you have kept it to yourself?
honestly, that type of information is good ammunition. It's something that you put back and save for a troubled situation that you use as leverage. So holding on to that information, I think, is very smart. If I'd have known within the house, I'd have played a little bit different game. I think maybe I wouldn't have been in as vulnerable of a situation as I was with trusting the people that I did.
Yeah, so you would have told Red or just held it in your pocket, you said.
I believe I'd have held it in my pocket until the time was right, and
Right.
maybe just let Sari know. And by doing that, it would have put me at a more advantageous position, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree. Okay. Have you been keeping up with what's been happening in the house, Red?
Not really. So where I'm at, I'm so deep in the holler, you got to pipe in sunshine, let alone internet service, hun. So it's hard for me to get enough internet to watch a lot of the episodes the way everybody else does. But I'm catching little bits and pieces and whispers here and there on what little social media that I've been able to get on.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm glad Cam's doing what he's doing. I can say that.
So you agree. So Cam has nominated Izzy and Felicia, and it seems as if he's being honest with us, that his plan is to get Sari out. Do you agree with this? Do you think this is a good direction for Cam's game?
Absolutely. I think taking down any one of those three is going to weaken that group, which is a good thing for his game moving forward, because I think all three have been targeting myself and him since the beginning. So
Yeah.
anyone will go, and it's good.
Okay. All right.
Great. Well, Red, what do you think it is about Suri? Everybody seems to think that they're working really closely with her. She seems to have this effect on everybody in the house, and they think that she's being loyal. There was a time that you also felt that way. Why do you think that everyone is so drawn to her, and how, what is it about her that makes you all feel so comfortable with her in the house?
Well, honestly, I think it's because she's been trained for such. She's been on four different shows where manipulation and your ability to do so is kind of key in moving forward. So honestly, it all goes back to the amount of time she's done it. And she's really good at it, and I think people forget that. And her whole personality is somewhat disarming. You know what I mean? She's very easy to like. You can't help but love the woman. Even after I know she's done the things she's done to me, I still love her to death. You know what I mean? So it's hard not to.
Yeah. So Red, I'm curious to know, what was the most challenging part of playing Big Brother for you? And was it what you expected? Like, after you've done it all, was it everything you expected it to be?
Honestly, the hardest part for me was being away from my family. Having a fairly newborn on the outside and missing those milestones, really, I couldn't just get my head quite in the game the way that I needed to. I felt like things were going on at home that I needed to be there for. And it really put me in a weird headspace. It's something that I have never dealt with in my life. And I think a lot of people viewing me would be able to see that, especially people that know me personally. I'm sure they've probably seen that I had some stuff going on in my head other than focusing on Big Brother. Outside of that, it was exactly what I expected. A bunch of people willing to backstab and lie and cheat and do whatever they can to get to the end for that $750,000. I just wish I could have been more focused on the goal as opposed to being distracted by what was going on at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Red, our last question for you is really just about the show in general. What's your history with the show? Are you a fan? Do you have any favorite seasons or players? Are you going to continue to watch the show, or is it a little too raw for you now that you're freshly out of the house?
No, not at all. I wouldn't say raw at all. Actually, I look back on it with a lot of, I try to focus on memories, you know what I mean? The good and positive points of the show instead of, the negative stuff, out of it, even though I was led to believe that I was backstabbed by a friend, I still gained a really awesome friend out of it. Me and Cam are going to be just fine at the end of the day. When he gets out, we're going to get together, link up, have beers, and cut up just like we did inside the house. And hopefully they'll let me back on, because I tell you, if I ever get back on Big Brother and it's a different point, I'm changing like strategies totally. I'm going to be Red the villain. Man ain't going to know what.
Oh, we want to see that, Red.
We love that, Red.
Yeah, we would love to see that. We love a villain. Awesome. Well, Red, thank you so much for your time today. And we're excited to see you out on the Big Brother streets and in the community with us commenting on the season.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be doing it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.